Hi everybody, welcome to Facebook Live at PlantPure. I'm Kim Campbell. Today is all about Hawaiian poke bowls. People say it differently. Some people say poke, pokey, but the correct pronunciation is poke bowls. So poke bowls originated in Hawaii, but I like to think of them sort of as a sushi bowl, which I have a recipe for a sushi bowl in the PlantPure Kitchen Cookbook, this book. And the book, the recipe is sushi salad, but that's not what we're making today. Today we're making Hawaiian poke bowls, so I included the link with this live so you can tap that. I just loaded it yesterday. So let's walk through. I think this is a pretty quick meal. It's a great meal if you're having company because you can ask people to bring things. If you can see, I've got everything laid out. This is really a bar style meal, so having everything prepped and ready to go makes it a lot easier. So bowl style meals usually have about 5 components. The first one is your starch base. So this one is rice, but you don't have to use rice. You can use quinoa, you could use soba noodles, anything that you really like. I like rice because it's more traditional. The rice is flavored and seasoned, and then it has a sauce, which I'll walk you through the sauce real quickly. It has a ton of vegetables, lots of colorful, get these vegetables, look at all of them, they're so beautiful. You're truly eating the rainbow here. So it's got vegetables, and then it has garnishings and a protein. I always forget the protein, but that's kind of a nice category for the people who still haven't gotten past where do you get your protein, so we'll cover that today. So I'm starting with the rice. I'm not using traditional brown rice. I'm using black rice just because it's a little exotic, it's kind of different. And I think I put it in my Instant Pot. I think I've got about 3 or 4 cups here. But you can see it's got almost like a little bit of a purple tinge to it. I'm gonna put that in a bowl. And I like black rice because it's really sticky. And if you're making sushi, the rice is sticky. It's also a little bit sweeter, a little bit nuttier. And so don't stop there. When you're making a poke bowl, definitely season the rice. And if you want to come in and give me suggestions, please do. I've only made this 2 or 3 times. I went to a restaurant in Raleigh called Lemon Shark Poke, and I loved it. So I just got on this kick where I had to learn how to make a poke bowl. The other thing I forgot to tell you is poke bowls typically have fish in them, tuna. So we left out the tuna. We're going to do the tofu. Apparently you can make watermelon tuna. If anybody knows about that, you can marinate it, you can stick it in the oven for an hour, but I didn't want to go through all that. So we're going to season the rice. We're going to start out with a little bit of rice vinegar. I think I have about 1/4 cup. And this is the rice vinegar I'm using. It's a seasoned rice vinegar. You can use any rice vinegar really. It's just what I had. A little bit of low sodium tamari sauce, and you can gauge how much you want to use. And then I'm going to add some maple syrup because sushi, when they put the rice in your sushi, it's usually a little bit sweet. So you can adjust that to your taste preferences. Now I want to get that fishy kind of flavor, so I'm going to put a nori sheet in. If you don't like nori sheets and you don't like that fishy flavor, certainly you can leave it out. Just break it up into little pieces. You can roast it, helps it. I roasted this for a little bit, but not long enough. It helps to break it up. And then just mix it in there. Another thing you can use instead of using nori sheets is dulse flakes. These are really nice. There's just a lot of different kinds of seaweeds. These are nice if you want to make like a vegan tuna salad. And I'll show you what that, can you see down in there? They're nice because you don't have to worry about crumbling them up. Seaweed also is a little bit salty too, so when you're using seaweed, you can scale back on your salt as well. So I'm going to mix that up, and that's all there is to it. And then the next part is the sauce, because as my husband says, it's all about the sauce. So I made 2 different sauces because I marinated my tofu in something called ponzu sauce. And ponzu sauce, it's kind of like a citrusy soy sauce, but I cut back on the soy and I used orange juice and lime juice. In fact, I already made it, so I just want to go through what's in here. And I like these little containers because It pours out pretty slowly. I have a 1/4 cup of low sodium tamari in here. I have a 1/4 cup of water, 1/2 cup of orange juice, a couple of tablespoons of lime juice, sriracha, and rice vinegar. And if you don't know what sriracha is, this is what it is. It's very spicy, so just be careful how much you use. So the ponzu sauce, I soaked the tofu in the ponzu sauce last night, and then I baked it this morning. Are we getting any questions? No? Okay. Any ideas, suggestions? So the next thing I'm going to make is this is the tofu cashew mayonnaise that's in the cookbook, the PlantPure Nation cookbook, and the PlantPure Kitchen cookbook. And what I'm going to do with this is just turn it into an aioli, so it's going to be a sriracha aioli. So we'll put a tablespoon or 2, but 2 would be too much for me just because that would make it really spicy. And then mix it up. About a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. The other thing you can do if you want a wasabi flavored mayonnaise, you can use the wasabi powder. Just be really careful with the powder because it's pungent. It'll clean out your nose really fast. So that's it. And then I put that in, again, I put it in a squeeze bottle because it keeps it from coming out really fast so people aren't putting spoonfuls on their salad. And that's it. So we've got our sauces, we've got our rice, and now I'm going to go ahead and build the poke bowl. So I'll start with a few greens on the bottom, and then lots of rice. And this rice has so much flavor going on, so you don't feel like you have to put tons and tons of dressing on it. Your rice is your starch, and that's what you want. You want your bowl to be about 50% rice, and then you can start putting the vegetables in. I just shredded up some cabbage, some carrots, a little bit of cucumber, and you really could use any vegetables you want here. Corn, some edamame. So if you're using edamame, you don't even really need to use baked tofu unless you really want that extra, sort of chewy texture. A couple of avocados, because avocados are just lovely in everything. Throw a lime in there. Some cilantro, that's for Nelson because he loves cilantro. And then some baked tofu. These, by the way, are really hard to keep in my house because if I bake them and I put them in the refrigerator the next day, they are gone. And then you want a little bit of a sweet component to this, so mango, or you could use pineapple. You could use frozen mango. I have fresh going on here. You can throw some seaweed off to the side. Put some sriracha on it. Sriracha aioli. You can put sesame seeds on, which I forgot to get out. And if you really need a little extra sauce, you can put some ponzu, just drizzle a little bit of ponzu sauce. Something else I did yesterday is I got kimchi. Kimchi is like a Korean sauerkraut, and it's really strong. This one I got at Whole Foods. What happened is we had a tornado warning, and I got stuck at Whole Foods yesterday. Nelson said, don't leave the store because there were tornadoes all around Chapel Hill. So I spent too much time at Whole Foods, which is why I ended up with this. But in the ingredients, it has cabbage, radishes, beets, carrots, ginger, salt, green onions, shallots, garlic, Thai pepper. It's really strong. A little goes a long way. I think I'm going to use it in my veggie burgers. So I'll put a little bit on there like that. And that is a Hawaiian poke bowl. Really, really fun. But if you don't want to go through the whole bar style and you want to make something really simple, go to the PlantPure Kitchen cookbook, try the sushi salad, do something really simple. So enjoy this wonderful day. We finally have some dry weather. Yes.
One question, how long will that ponzu sauce last
About
in the fridge?
5 to 7 days. Well, actually longer because this is just orange juice, and I thought you were talking about the mayonnaise. This is just orange juice and rice vinegar, so gosh, I think this would go 2 or 3 weeks, to tell you the truth. But it's great for marinating all kinds of things. You could marinate tempeh, you could marinate vegetables. You could make a stir fry out of it, put a little bit of cornstarch in it, and it'll thicken it. It'll make it glisten really nicely. So anyways, that's it for today. I'm going to go enjoy the sun. You can tell I have not been outside because we have had so much rain in North Carolina. So thanks for joining us. If you're interested in what's going on at PlantPure, sign up for our newsletter at plantpurenation.com. Have a great Saturday.